Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason and the channel is The Everyday Card Collector. Today I'm going to go through a few pickups I made at a local show. I'm filming this on Saturday morning, late morning, and stopped by at a local show, a small local show we have here in the Chicago area that kind of bops around from different locations, and this one happened to be about 5 blocks away from my house, so I had to go. As you all know, Strongsville is coming around the corner. You've seen a million videos, and that's what we talk about in the vintage community. Everyone who's going is excited to go to it. So I didn't want to spend a ton of money and just made a few small pickups because I'll be leaving for Strongsville in the next couple days here. So, but I had to go. It was literally, you could probably walk to this show from my house. I will tell you this, smaller show, smaller to medium-sized show, not huge. And it was like 99% modern. So spent a little bit of time, the 2 or 3 vintage dealers that were there I've dealt with in the past and wasn't really looking to buy a ton of stuff. But you go to a show, you got to pick up something. So I picked up some small stuff, actually only 2 cards, and then kind of did an exchange and / trade, and we can talk about that on the video. So I'll get the camera turned around. This will be a quick one. We'll show the cards that I picked up and that I traded / exchanged for, and we'll have a good time looking at the cards. So let's get into it. All right, guys, so as I mentioned, this will be a quick one. Went to this show, and it was 99% modern. Very, very little vintage. Actually, it's the, of all the shows I go to, this is the first time I went to a show and saw such a little amount of vintage at the show, and it was with a lot of Pokemon and a lot of modern. I will say this, I believe there is a big vintage show happening right now in Oak Creek, Wisconsin, which is just over the border of Illinois. Actually, the dealer that I know locally holds that show, and my belief is most of the vintage dealers were at that show, so this is why there were very few in the show right by my house. And actually, the gentleman who runs that show, he is going to be at Strongsville, so his name is Tony. So he's a local dealer here in the Chicagoland area, who deals in mainly strictly in vintage, and is a real great guy. I've bought off of him several times. But to get into what I picked up, so if you're not familiar, I have there's a gentleman who was watching my channel, and we've kind of become friends through Instagram. His name is Johnny. I don't give last names. I consider him a friend, and we do a lot of shows together now. He watches me, and he hung out with me and Steve from Vintage on Vintage. He's introduced himself to Mitchell, White Sox fan and card collector. And we kind of just hang out, and he kind of hits the local shows with us when we get together. So he had mentioned at the last show we were at that he needed the 54 Eddie Mathews, Topps Eddie Mathews, and I had happened to have it, have an extra one actually. So I told him I was going to give it to him, and he felt bad that I was just giving him that card. So we kind of made an exchange. He picked something out for me, and it's a 1955 doubleheader. He had asked me if there were any in my collection, and I said, you know what, I don't have any, and I need to get a few of them. But he was nice enough to say, well, then we'll trade, and I said, absolutely, not a problem at all. So he gifted me this, or I traded for this. It's Rip Rapolsky. Played with the Cardinals for about 4 or 5 years. Not a real prominent player, but Johnny knows I'm a Cardinals fan, so that was very cool. And then I am not real familiar. And I'm going to butcher his last name, probably Ted Lipsio, is on the opposite side. As you know, if you don't know, you can fold these cards, and you can get the player on the other side on the front as well when it folds over. And there is a fold line in them, for those who aren't familiar with the set. And it's just below his chin there, so that would be the fold line. But these are awesome. A lot of big names in this set. I'm sure if you're familiar with vintage, you're familiar with the 55 doubleheaders, but it's the first one in my collection, and I love it. It's a gift, so it'll always, a gift / a trade, so it'll always be in my collection. And then, but aside from that, guys, I only picked up 2 cards, and they're very inexpensive. I spent total of about $10, actually less than $10. So the first card I picked up was the 1961 Curt Flood. And I'm kind of really digging these food issues. If you've been watching me lately, I love the posts. So I figured I'd grab this. The gentleman had a stack. I think he had it for $4. So there you go. You're getting, I think I spent $7 total. So 4 on the Curt Flood. And then I went ahead and picked up a 63 Sherm Lawler, my guy Sherm. Another post serial. Very cool card. Not cut terribly bad. And I think that one was $3. I don't even try and bargain or get a reduced price when cards are coming in that cheap. I just say, yep, I'll take them. So that was it. The show was pretty uneventful. Like I said, it was all modern. But again, I didn't want to spend a lot of money anyways. I'm heading off to Strongsville in 4 or 5 days here, and that's where the money's going to be spent and is already spoken for. So I'm really getting excited for that. I know those of you who aren't familiar with Strongsville are probably now from all the videos, but it is a strictly a vintage show in Strongsville, Ohio. You've probably seen a lot of videos if you've watched others. We're actually doing a video on tomorrow night. Sammy's hosting it on the 4 Collectors channel. There's going to be about 7 or 8 of us just talking about the show coming up. And I believe all of us are going to the show, obviously. So it should be a good time. It'll be a fun get-together on the channel, on the 4 Collectors channel. So check that out if you get the chance. I believe it's 8 p.m. Eastern. So give that a look if you just want to see a bunch of goofballs hanging out and having a good time talking about vintage cards. But that's all I got for you guys. Quick one. I hope you liked it. If you do, please feel free to like and subscribe. And until the next video, we'll talk then. Thanks for jumping on, everybody. Bye-bye.